What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Movement Podcast. So last two episodes, bangers.
Pet peeve. They were good, I must say.
Pet peeves. What was the other one? Hard truths. So I don't know if it's because the algorithm just hears me talk and then tells me things. But there was this post that I don't know who this influencer is, but like she has a pretty big following. And I think some people actually follow her that go to our gym. Do I follow her? Her name is Haley Barragan. I don't know.
Is she local?
No. But anyways, she did a post that said, things I'd tell you as a coach if I wasn't afraid to hurt your feelings.
Oh, yes. This is a trend going on. It's like things I'd tell you if I... Oh. Yeah. You'll see a lot of people. Now you're going to see a lot of people who do that.
I didn't even see.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
Trend. You're an old man.
I feel like I used to be more...
But you're very in social media. I'm surprised you haven't seen more of that.
Well, no. Do you know what it is? It's kind of... Here's our sidetrack. I think sometimes if I'm consuming too much content, then I just want to create that. Whereas when I'm not consuming things, then it makes me come up with more unique and creative ideas. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyways, so
I don't know what we're talking about today, people.
I'm literally just going to read what she shared because I think they're really good. And then we can kind of riff a little bit off of them. So the first one.
Okay, so can you say this again? She's a personal trainer? What is she?
I have no idea.
Things I would tell you if I wasn't your friend?
That's the thing. Okay. Things I'd tell you as a coach if I wasn't afraid to hurt your feelings.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of similar to last week's.
Yeah.
But I only read 2 of these, and I think there's 10, so I don't know how great they're going to be. But the first few were great.
Okay, I'm pumped.
Honestly, it's really just this first one because I'm so passionate about it.
Like, is it about sleep?
Well, no, I think you and I argue on this quite a bit.
Okay.
2 to 3 eggs at breakfast is not high protein.
Love this one.
Right? I'm coming at you.
Why? Because I eat 2 eggs?
I feel like you eat 40 eggs and you're like, oh, I just had 14 grams or 40 grams of protein. I'm like, yeah, 9,000 grams of fat.
No. This is where it's like, I eat eggs for breakfast, but if I'm having 2 eggs, I'm having half a cup of cottage cheese or half a cup of Greek yogurt, or I'm adding in half a cup of egg whites. This is where it's like, consuming protein often and consuming enough protein are very different, right? Because someone will be like, I eat protein at every meal. I have an egg for breakfast. I have a meatball for lunch and I have a yogurt bowl for dinner.
Yeah.
But it was like 1 meatball and half a cup of yogurt. So protein, let's just say eggs are a great source of protein. It's a great single ingredient, wholesome source. It's not a good bang for buck unless you're having 6 eggs.
Yeah.
And then if you have the yolks in there, sure, it's going to be higher fat. Have eggs, but you need more than just 2 eggs for breakfast.
Yes.
It's like 12 grams. Like we want minimum 25.
Yeah. So the big issue with eggs as your main protein source is there is a lot of fat in the yolk, right? So if you're just going to have egg whites, to me, that's a different story. Then for sure, if you're going to do half a cup of egg whites or a cup of egg whites, yeah, that's a lot of protein. But most people aren't doing that. You know, they're under the impression like, yeah, I had bacon and I had turkey bacon and eggs, and there's my protein source. It's like, man, you probably need some Greek yogurt or some cottage cheese. So
yeah, like whole eggs are great. I love whole eggs, but add something else.
Yes.
Get friggin' egg whites. Yeah. Add that shit to everything. Like it's.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
I'm passionate about protein.
2 to 3 eggs at breakfast is not high protein. I would agree. No. I would agree with this. Okay, Number 2. You say, you'll like this one. You say you want to build muscle, but you panic every time the scale goes up. You cannot grow and shrink at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I really like this one.
That is a good one. Now, in my opinion, there's also a fine line here. So maybe this is unpopular opinion. I think a lot of the times people are like, yeah, I'm getting so strong. And they're not taking into consideration that the scale is also going up a lot. So there's that fine line where like, yes, if strength is your goal and building muscle is your goal, we do need to know that muscle weighs more than fat. So you might see that scale creep up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that it's not helpful for people if you don't have something like an in-body to look at.
Yes.
Right? Because then you can't really see and you're kind of guessing. I mean, you can tell, you can get leaner and put on weight because you're putting on muscle and you're getting leaner. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I had a client, recent in body. I think weight was down maybe like 1 or 2 pounds, but she was up 1.5 pounds in muscle and she was down 2% body fat.
Yeah.
So where she thought she was just like teeter-tottering, there was other things happening, but that she can't see that on her scale. So this is where, having that in-depth look, maybe you're doing measurements, but having other things to measure as well. I mean, you're not really going to be able to see any sort of like progress in muscle unless you have a device that's going to show you that.
Yeah.
But if you are looking to put on muscle, you have to be okay with, this is where you have to get away from the scale and think body composition and how you look, because two people can weigh 150 pounds and look completely different.
Yes.
And one have way more muscle than the other one.
Yeah. This one, it's not that I don't agree with it. It's true. But I think if I just think of like our clientele.
Is this a new one that you're talking about? Or
No, that's
this one.
Yeah, that's the build muscle, but panic when the scale goes up. Because I think a lot of our clientele, it's not like they want to build muscle. They want strength. So once again, I don't know who this person is. So she might be like a bodybuilder, like coach. And if that's the case, then for sure, you're going to want to put on more muscle, which is going to put on weight on the scale. And then you're going to cut. And that's how you get shredded, sort of thing.
Yep.
But like, that's not really what we do with people. So
I do think that everyone's goal should be to put on muscle. Everyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone. The ticket to longevity is muscle. And let's just remind people that it's very hard.
Yeah, but okay, so here we go.
Let's hear it. I do think everyone should put on muscle.
If you're a 300-pound male, you're carrying a lot of muscle.
Maybe.
You are.
You're carrying a lot of fat too. Maybe.
Absolutely.
It totally depends on the person, right?
So your goal needs to be weight loss.
Okay.
Saying.
No. I do. Okay. Yes. I'm saying for general population, unless you're like, someone who's already really strong, but the average person should have a goal of putting on muscle. Maybe also losing some weight and leaning out. But like if you're putting on muscle, you aren't doing that just by eating. I just mean like this is where you have to lift heavy. This is where you need to, should be a goal. It is hard to do. 99% of the people I see don't even know how to push themselves to that place. And that's not a bad thing. This is something I think you learn as you have more experience in fitness. You and I both can say, like, there's people who are, it's like, oh, it's hard. I'm like, that's not fucking hard.
Yeah.
You don't even look like you're struggling, right? It's about it's knowing what that uncomfortable feeling like, and to be able to hit a certain stimulus to grow, gain, and build muscle is hard.
So in my opinion, because I think we actually do agree with the same thing, I think everyone should have a goal of strength training.
Yeah, and naturally, if you're going to get stronger, you're going to put on some muscle.
For sure. The reason I say that is because then I think of like, okay, so GLP-1s or Ozempic, Wegovy, whatever those things are, right? Like that is going to help you lose weight, but that can't be the only solution. Like you have to do strength training to keep your muscle mass where it's at. So that's where I think like for a lot of people, if they come in and their goal is weight loss and they do have to lose quite a bit, we will see their muscle mass go down. That's like, of course, it's going to happen when you're seeing your scale go down.
Always.
However,
most of the time, it does go down.
This is where I think some people need to change their perspective on bits, where just because we're saying you have to lose weight or weight loss should be the goal, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be lifting weights.
Yeah.
Lifting weights is still going to be cardio for you in a sense. So that person that's like, hey, I need to lose 40 pounds, I'm going to start running. That's the worst idea that you can do. In my opinion, if you want to lose 40 pounds, the best thing you can do is strength training. The cardio stuff, all you need to do is go for a walk. Like go for walks, hit a step count. That's that's the big goal, but strength training should always be your goal.
Yeah. I almost like, to me, when I think of building muscle and strength training, I kind of put those together.
I agree.
Right? Like if someone's goal was to build muscle, they're going to lift heavy. If someone's goal is to strength gain, they're going to lift heavy. They are going to get stronger and eventually like put it on if you have the other, lifestyle factors to support that.
I agree. See, but I have to challenge you on things, and you have to challenge me. It's a good one. It's a good
excited.
One. And they're actually, in my opinion, these aren't that controversial. You'll like this. You've been quotes, getting back on track for half a year. You don't need a reset. You need to stop quitting every time things get uncomfortable. That is really good.
Yeah, it is really good. This is for the people who have the all or nothing mindset.
Yeah.
You automatically think like a dinner out on a weekend is a fail. And so you're starting over. All of my clients go have weddings and go on date nights and do all of these things and are still successful.
Yeah.
If you are always restarting, that is a mindset thing you got to fix. It's like you don't know how to ebb and flow. These people always want to push. They don't know how to slow down. Slowing down, you can still slow down and move forward. If you are, the kids are in school, if they're homesick and Caitlin's working, she can't get off of school, whatever, and you have to be home, you're not going to be like, well, fuck my priorities. You're just going to shift it, right? You're going to do things different. So yes, technically you're maybe moving slower for the week. It's a slower week for you, but you're not throwing your hands up in the air. People don't know how to adjust that. So therefore they're stopping and starting. Things get hard. Oh, I got to quit. And then they're just telling themselves they need to start over instead of looking realistically at your week and be like, okay, what can I fit in here? I'm going to take the kids for a walk. I'm going to do a 10-minute body pump at home, body weight stuff. Like, you're not quitting. You're just adapting. That's where I think people always have this stop and start. They don't know how to adapt. They don't know how to pivot. They always just need to be perfect. And if they don't, they're failure. It's like so black and white.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. I think, to your point of the all or nothing mentality, it's also about just like sustainability. Like, that's why sometimes people will do our workouts and they're like, oh, that felt a little bit too easy. It's like, well, it's okay if it's easy sometimes. It doesn't always have to be really, really hard. Like, the goal isn't to get fit in 6 months. The goal is to stay fit for the rest of your life. And in order for that to be a thing, the fitness program or the nutrition program that you're subscribed to has to be sustainable. There needs to be purpose behind the program. There needs to be, it needs to be created in a way that's meant to like go through some easy times and some tough times. It can't just be hard every single day. You will burn out.
This is sidetrack, but like for someone who'd be like, that workout was easy, you know what I would say? You didn't work hard enough.
Yeah, that's the other bit.
We could all go do a class workout and it be the hardest workout. We could throw in 5 bodyweight exercises right now that to us would be easy with no weight and make it hard.
That's right.
You get out of it what you put into it. So
Absolutely.
No workout is easy unless you're being prescribed to use 10 pounds when you can actually lift 50. But you know what? Like weight or speed, adjust those things and any workout can be hard. No workout's easy unless you make it that way.
Yes. Now I'm going to skip that one. This is a good one. You don't train hard enough to ever get bulky. Don't flatter yourself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is one we talk about often, right? Like, people are afraid to do strength training because they're going to get bulky. Or even, I think that's why maybe I was pushing back when you were saying everyone should have a goal of building muscle. Because when people hear that, they're like, well, I don't want to be like Arnold. It's like, you're not going to be like Arnold.
If you are bulking, it's probably because you're eating too fucking much.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not because you are lifting heavy at the gym. You're in a surplus. That's why you're getting bulky. Yeah, I feel like that was something I heard a lot, not so much recently, but like I've definitely heard handfuls of people. I don't really want to work out my upper body because my shoulders are going to get bulky in like a week.
But I feel like we're back in there. I do.
Maybe.
I honestly,
For sure,
with like the rise of Pilates, seriously, I honestly.
Oh, because I can
think
see that.
I think it's like we have the individuals that love Pilates now, which I have nothing against Pilates. I think it can be a great
compliment
to a strength training program. However, you're not going to build a lot of strength
because
in
you want to
Pilates.
know what is coming to light now, which I don't like, is there is a certain look to a Pilates princess. I'm going to say it. It's not.
What about a Pilates prince?
Pilates prince and princesses. Again, nothing against them.
No.
But when we start these things, it's like everyone wants this Pilates bod.
Yeah.
And it's not a strength training body.
Yeah.
If that's all that you're doing. You're not, it's different. It's very different. You're not building jack shoulders and glutes and quads from being a Pilates machine.
Yes.
You can't.
But on the flip side, by doing strength training 3 times per week and following just a good program, you're not going to get bulky.
No, you're not. This is why you have to, focus on your nutrition the same way you get. Yeah, you don't. I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to get bulky, ladies.
This is, once again, the movement can be changed with anything, but it's what she said is your bench isn't going up because you refuse to train it more than once a week. So I can go for your squat. I can go for everything, right? Like, of course, what you put attention to is what you're going to see, a gain in. So whatever.
We're not elaborating.
No.
I won't say anything.
This is a good one. We kind of just talked about this. You think you're training close to failure when in reality, you've got 10 reps left in the tank.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a big one. However, the reason I think this is more of why it's important to have a good coach or like small group classes, or for some individuals, personal training, semi-private, small group. Because like we know what it looks like when someone has 10 reps left compared to when someone has like 2 reps left. So we just talked about it. Like when someone thinks they're lifting heavy. So I was working with a personal training client before this. And 2 weeks ago, she was lifting 20s. And now she's literally lifting 40s. And her form is still impeccable. It's perfect. So it's like, we're going to go up in weight. And she probably wouldn't have done that on her own. Because she's like, this, I don't like, and I asked her, I'm like, how does this feel? She's like, feels good. Like, feels easy. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Like, you don't need to be afraid of the weight.
Yeah.
So sometimes it does take those outside eyes to tell you, like, hey, we can go a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Yeah.
Don't, maybe don't always make those decisions on your own. You want that outside person, but
yeah. And because we have, smaller class size and I consistently coach the same people on Thursdays.
Yeah.
I will push you because I know what you can do unless you're having an off day and we've made it clear that you're not going heavy today. So it's nice once you start coaching someone a lot and you know them, you can push them. And just like when people are in classes, they work harder and lift heavier than they would when they're on their own because you have eyes, you have, some external motivation to maybe drive you faster or you to lift heavier. And I also think with beginners, it's okay. You don't really know what hard feels like yet.
Yeah.
I think, your client on her 3rd session or whatever, she probably also feels a little bit more confident in the movement.
That's
so I
right.
get that people err on the side of caution. They don't want to injure, right?
Yes.
But most people, like, it takes time to just really be okay with, the movement pattern slowing down on your last 2 reps. Yeah. Right? Like, it's okay if your press has a little bit of a stick or a stall in it, right? Some people don't even want to push through that because it's just like uncomfortable. They haven't hit that spot a lot. So I like to say too is, and again, this is subjective, but like if someone doesn't know what weight they should be lifting for like a single arm press and they want to build strength, I'll say on a scale of 1 to 10, I want your rate of perceived exertion to be between 8 and 10, 10 being hard. So then people can kind of start to gauge what hard feels like. And again, that's going to be up to the person. But like if you're going into something and you don't know how heavy you should lift, like it should feel like an 8.
Yeah. I honestly think this is the big, so once again, the statement is you think you're training close to failure when in reality you've got 10 reps left in the tank. Like that is why people need coaches. Like at the end of the day, I even think for running, so many of my running clients, they don't think they can do something. I believe they can do something. And in fact, they do said thing. So it's like,
because it was programmed and
we believe in you more than you believe in you.
We're not going to give you something that's so unattainable.
Absolutely. No.
Right.
Exactly.
And this is the power of programming. If it's on paper, you know how many times I look at my work, I'm like, I don't want to do that shit today. I would not have chosen that for conditioning or this lift today.
Absolutely.
But because it's in the program, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And I do it and I'm like, okay, I did it. It's like, that's the power of programming and having a coach is it you don't get to cherry pick and you will push your limits way more.
Yes. Okay. So this one is, once again, I'm fairly certain now this girl's probably a bodybuilder. But it can relate very well to running as well. So it's, you say you want to get strong, but you're barely eating. You're underfueled and wondered why everything hurts and nothing's changing. So I think this is actually the case for everything. So don't get me wrong. There is obviously a thing of caloric surplus where you're going to gain weight. There's something of caloric maintenance where you're not gaining or losing. And then there's obviously going to be that deficit where you're losing weight. depending what your goals are, if you're trying to build muscle, if you're trying to get strong, you want to make sure you're not in too much of a deficit. Maybe you're in a little bit deficit because you still have a goal, like a weight loss goal. But if you're in a 300 calorie deficit, you're going to feel weak as shit.
Yeah.
So like this is where it's important to really know and eat the proper foods and have an idea of how much you're consuming.
Yeah.
So you can make sure that you're actually putting enough output during those sessions. So
Yeah. Really important.
yeah, like fueling your body properly is super important.
Yeah. I learned the hard way with running. We won't say that story again, but
Yeah.
remember? Yeah.
And so then for my runners, this is a big thing too. Like a lot of the runners I work with will have more of a performance goal. It's not like they're all trying to qualify for Boston by all means, but like they want to run a half marathon or a full marathon and they have like an idea of what they want to run that in. And I always tell them like, okay, I want you to keep track of your weight, not because we're trying to lose weight, but like if we are losing weight, that means we're in a deficit. We have no business being in a deficit if we're trying to train for a performance goal around a marathon or a half marathon. Like you have to be fueling your body enough. So
And
yeah, super important.
I think that people also need to realize that like when you are feeling that way, you sometimes have to eat when you're not hungry.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
it's kind of a bit of a job.
Yeah.
You know, just like sometimes getting your amount of protein is like in. Like I don't want to have a snack at 3 p.m., but if I want to hit my fucking goals,
Yeah.
I have to have this yogurt bowl. And then something else I think is important. I think maybe this is more geared towards maybe like the athlete mindset. But, you know, if you're looking to get faster, get stronger in performance, and you're really focusing on clean eating, this is more so like, let's say like newer people, not experienced athletes. And you're trying to like eat clean and build muscle. Eating clean for performance doesn't, I think a lot of times people always associate eating clean with eating less.
Yeah.
Right? So like you don't, again, performance based, you can eat clean, but this doesn't mean like you need to be or you should be in a really big deficit. You still need to make sure that you're eating enough, if not more, to fuel your performance.
Yeah. If you're eating clean, you might find you have to eat more.
You probably will.
Because
when people are on a weight loss journey,
Exactly.
if you just start eating clean, you're eating less.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the last one. This one makes me happy. You're obsessing over supplements and meal timing, but your sleep is trash. So that's a really big one. And this could be, you can put so many things in there. You're obsessing over supplements, you're obsessing over recovery tools, all these bits where it's like you sleep like an asshole. So how can you expect all these bits to work out in your favor? I was talking to someone about this on the weekend, but like sleep is free, which is probably why people don't want to focus on it because they're like, oh, I can't make that much of a difference. But it is literally the most important thing in terms of your recovery, in terms of your weight loss journey, in terms of your energy. Like it's the most important thing.
Yeah, like you could be doing everything right, eating well, training consistently. If you are not getting sleep and check your stress levels, you will not move quick anywhere.
Yes.
And everyone feels better. Everyone feels better after a good night's sleep. Think about how game changer it is when you actually get a good night's sleep. Something I was really proud of, and one of my client reflection points at the end of the week, it's like, what have you put the most effort into? What are you most proud of? And one of them said was going to bed and waking up at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was even like she was making her bed in the morning. But like you think
that's good.
Those seem like silly things sometimes. Like, what? I'm trying to lose weight. Why am I focusing on it? Why am I putting an alarm on my clock to go to bed? Why am I waking up at the same time? Because it fucking matters.
Yeah.
Like it really is a huge part.
Okay, so I just looked at her profile, which I probably should
Is she
have done
an
beforehand.
Is she a pro?
No. She's a strength and powerlifting coach. So
Yeah, you could tell. Like the bench one, and there's
100%
definitely some
strong
cues in there.
Yeah, she's got
Clues.
she's got a bunch of because I guess the one I read went pretty viral. So she's made like a bunch of different ones. You say you eat enough protein, but I bet if you actually tracked, you'd be under 100. That's good.
Yeah.
You think training should be 100% pain-free. In reality, everyone has aches and pains they train through or around. That's a big one. So this is actually something I still struggle with as a coach.
Training through aches and pains?
Yeah. Yes, because if it's someone I've been working with for a long time and I know them and they're like, oh, this is bugging me a little bit. Depending how well I know them, I might be like, okay, let's scale it back a little bit, but you're fine. Whereas if it's someone brand new that I don't know, I'm like, well, I have no idea if this person is like in a lot of pain or if they tend to over exaggerate said things. Cause I just think of like, once again, for me, training for Boston, I know if I wanted to run a Boston qualifying time, like I had to be super committed and I had pains for sure. And I ran through those pains. Was it the best thing in the world for my body? Probably not. But I had a fucking goal. And no matter what, I was going to hit that goal. Like, I think, unfortunately, sometimes when you have a goal, you have to make sacrifices. So this is where I struggle because it's like, I mean, yeah, if you have a big goal and you say nothing's going to stop you from reaching that goal, shit might hit the fan.
Yeah, I think that, and this is where you really have to know yourself too. Like, is this a pain? Like,
see, you're smiling because you know.
For sure. But like, is this pain like a 3? Could I train on this day? Or is this like a 9? Really, should I take it back? So I think you have to have a lot of body awareness and also experience to be able like, no, I can run through this, right? Or I really should modify this.
Yeah.
But everyone has aches and pains at some point.
Yeah. See, I don't love this one. You can hit depth in your squat. You're just making excuses. I don't really love that one. I think before she's a little younger, which is fine. She seems amazing, but
just in case she's going to listen to this.
No. Just because I think before I was definitely under the mentality that everyone should be squatting.
Well, 10 years ago, it was like if you weren't squatting ass to grass, you better fix it.
Yeah.
And you better get low. That's not really a thing anymore.
It really is. So for her, right, if she's working with power lifters, for sure, you have to hit depth because that's in your sport.
You have standards.
Yeah.
You have to hit, right?
For Gen Pop, like, depending what your goals are, you might not need to go.
Depending what your
parallel.
Body anatomy is. Like,
exactly. If you're a 7 foot tall basketball player, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if there's anything else really good. Yeah, whatever. They're all okay. I had a thought and I was yeah. Did I share I did a post today about my 11-second run. And then and then I got to end this.
Yeah.
So last Friday, I
think you told me about this.
Yeah, last Friday I woke up at 5:15 a.m. I like carbo loaded the night before. I stretched out that morning. I got some carbs in that morning, had my electrolytes,
this is very unlike you.
Yeah, had my running outfit on and everything. So it was a 27K run that was on the books. And I'm leaving, and then I hear Mateo kind of saying "Mommy, Daddy," and I'm like, "Oh crap,
gotta leave now."
And Kate's still like, "Just go, it's okay, don't worry about it." And then I'm like, "All right, that's fine." So I ran out, and I ran for 11 seconds, and then I stopped my watch, and I'm like,
"Today's not the day."
Today's not the day. And I just went right back inside, and Kate's like, "What? Like, just go, it's okay." I'm like, my head is just not in it at all. And then it kind of amped me up because I'm like, fuck, I can't let my inner bitch talk me out of this. Now I got to do it to prove. Yeah. I'm so weak mentally. So I did the run on the next day, but still full on stopped.
Yeah.
And then I was telling some people on the weekend.
Had some powerful voice in you pulling you back.
I was telling some people on the weekend, they're like, you need to share that because I think sometimes
Isaac's a little bitch. That's
100%. 100%. We all have those little bitch moments.
Those moments, yeah.
But yeah, sure. It was just it was crazy because it was everything. I set up that run perfectly. I had my fuel, I had everything, and I'm still no, I'm good.
A lot of prep for that run, and then
mentally going into it, I knew I don't have to do it today, and then I didn't do it.
The negotiation start. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate myself.
It's okay. Did you lose sleep over that?
I laughed.
You're still thinking about it.
I did.
Fuck, why did I do that?
I did. But I don't regret it, actually. No, it was fine.
Yeah.
I got to run with your husband instead.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, on the weekend.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, anything else?
No.
Okay. Next week
we got a good one.
Are we going to do that one, the one you're thinking?
I think we should.
Okay. Yeah.
We got to prepare. We got to.
Yeah. Next week is.
Next week is going to be
Spicy.
spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to have a script.
We do.
We'll have a teleprompter of what to read.
We're going to have papers in front of us for next week.
100%.
Get ready, people. You're going to want to hear.
All right. Bye.
Bye.